On the night of June 3rd, 2011, Indiana University sophomore Lauren Spierer disappeared. In the subsequent days afterwards, they had us organize a grid search, so everyone was supposed to search their own property, and then you could mark it off saying, hey, I've searched this property, there's nothing here. At that time, I worked for Carlo Brake and Friction over there on Hillside, so I also did my property, but I also did all of Carlisle. And if you look in the back of the old Carlisle plant, there's a lot of woods and stuff in there. So I did that whole section so I could mark it off. And then later on, I think it was like, it may have been September of 2011, or maybe it was the next year. I think it was September 2012. I'm sorry. September 2012, I attended a party for General Motors inside the premises where she disappeared from. All right, and we all know what that is here in Bloomington. I'll choose not to mention their name right now. So I was inside that place, and I was wandering around, and you could go through it, and I wanted to see if they had any security cameras. All right, and Ken Nunn, later I would work for Indiana Limestone, and he had cameras on the Ken Nunn building. I added cameras to that building, and then later on, Ken Nunn came and re-added cameras to his building right before I was let go from that business. And so anyway, so Ken Nunn was complaining at that time in 2011 that there needed to be more downtown security cameras so that when things like this happen, we could catch a vehicle or see what's going on. So at Carlisle, we did have security cameras up, but they were very minimal. They were very basically, surrounding the doors, entrances, and egresses. So I went through all that film, and I'm sure Ken Nunn's people went through his building camera film. I think they did find something on it. Maybe it was that white truck they always talked about. So my point of all this is that, that crime has never been solved. We don't know what happened to Laura Spears, but if you've ever been in that building, you know the building I'm talking about if you're from Bloomington. So I went through there, and when you go to the front, you go to that wall, like you walk straight in, and you could turn left. Now, if you turn left, you kind of went down this hallway. I haven't been there yet. I'll be there soon filming. And you could go to the kitchen, but you could also go out the back door. So when you went out the back door, I remember looking up, and there was a security camera there, and I kept asking people, hey, did you guys get any footage on that camera there? Now, I don't, to this day, I don't know if that was a real camera or that was just one of those fake cameras that people like to use back in that time, in that early, like the mid 2000, 10 era. So I went down. If you've gone out the back door of that place, there's the steps that goes into this alleyway. So I always said when I came back in and was talking to people, and they thought, who the hell's this guy? I said, it seems likely that when she was abducted or they drugged her at that bar, they would have walked her down that back door there, right out into the alleyway. They wouldn't have gone out the front door because there's usually bouncers out there, and she might have been seen. But if you've gone to that back alley, and if you've been in Bloomington, Indiana, it's honeycombed. Downtown Bloomington, it's honeycombed with all those alleyways. So if you were planning this, now I don't know if this was a crime of opportunity, a crime of passion, or this was a human trafficking ring that might have struck, you would have took her out that back door, because in that alleyway no one would have seen you. If she was drugged, you could have got her in the car. If someone happened to see you going down that hallway, people thought, hey, it's just another drunk IU student taking her home. They put her in the car, and away she went. I've always said that's what happened there, that whatever happened in that place, they must have drugged her at that bar, slipped her some type of, Mickey, as they say in the dime store novels of old. They gave her something. She was rendered, non-compos mentis. They took her down that doorway, that hallway there, and they went out that back door to the alleyway. Now, there was a camera there when I saw it in 2012. I know there was a camera there. Now, it looked like that camera had been there a while. Was there a camera there before, or did they add that camera after the fact? I don't know the answer to that question. Anyway, so this is all because I'm going to start this channel called Indiana Unexplained on YouTube. And I'm going to start with the Lauren Spierer mystery.